Hello and welcome to another live edition of HT Auto, where we try to bring you what's happening in the Indian and the global automotive industry in current COVID times. Today, we are focusing for the first time on the super luxury car segment, the challenges it has been facing, the current times, and the future prospect. And who better to tell us more about that than Mr. Sharad Agarwal? He's head at Lamborghini India. Sharad, thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking to us today.
My pleasure, Shubhadeep. And good
Sharad,
afternoon, everyone. Yeah.
Sharad, the last time we met, and we actually did meet in a physical world, was back in January 29th, if I'm not mistaken. That was the
Yes.
day when Lamborghini, it was a big day, and Lamborghini launched the Huracan Evo rear-wheel drive. Those were good times. How have times changed, and how much of a challenge have the last several months been since January?
Yes, I still remember, those were really the good times. And we were starting the year on a very high note when we introduced the new baby in the Huracan Evo family. And we were very, very positive about this year, continuing the momentum what we had for last 2, 3 years in India. Yes, these are challenging times. There is a lot of uncertainty and there is a lot of disruption what we are seeing all around us. But having said this, what we always believe that India has a huge long-term growth potential for super luxury segment in India. If we go and look at the size of the market for super luxury segment, it is still very, very small in India. And I would say that given the growth potential, given the growth of billionaires and HNI in this country, in coming years, we are very, very optimistic that this segment is going to grow in a very positive way. Yes, the current disruptions is definitely going to change the plans for this year, because right now what we see that our customers or prospects, they will be having different priorities, and this may change their purchase behavior for a short period of time. But the super luxury segment or even Lamborghini is more about dreams and aspirations of people. And what we don't see is that these dreams and aspirations will change because of the current scenario, which has come up because of COVID. So once things are turning back to normal, and we are already seeing now that there is Unlock 1.0, which is in place, and businesses have started opening. We have also opened all our showrooms and workshops from yesterday. So we believe that in coming days, coming months, we will start seeing things turning back to normal. And the super luxury segment, we believe that it will emerge as much stronger than what it used to be once things turn back to its normal. And it may take some time, but yes, it will definitely bounce back.
Yeah, yeah. But Sharad, as I see the automotive market, especially in the current situation, I may be oversimplifying things here, but there is need-based buying. Then there
Yeah.
is casual buying, maybe somebody who already has a car wants to just go for another one. Then there is aspirational buying, which is the luxury car segment. Then there is a segment above, which is where the super luxury car segment sits. I mean, that's probably you're adding a Lamborghini to your fleet of really, really um, expensive cars. Now, in that sense, the buyers who want to sort of add these very, very rare and very, very capable machines to their collection. Uh, what I'm trying to say is, is the super luxury car segment set to lose a little more than the industry overall, and the industry overall is potentially losing quite a lot currently.
Yes, so you rightly said that this segment is more about dreams and aspirations, and this segment is about people having a desire in their mind for a long time that once they achieve something in life, or once they reach a certain milestone in their life, they want to actually reward them with a Lamborghini or something similar in the super luxury segment. And the current mood in the market is definitely not very favorable, because right now the motives of our people or of our customers is more about getting their businesses in running mode back after the things are now opening up. They would definitely like to have different priorities, and this may change their drives and motives for a short period of time. But as I said earlier, that what we see that these are about dreams and aspirations, and they don't change because of certain scenario which is arising out of COVID. And what we will see, that once they start seeing that things are turning back to normal and their businesses are getting back to what it was earlier, they will definitely want to reward themselves with the Lamborghini or something similar, or whatever their dreams and aspirations is all about. So the segment is definitely going to bounce back. Your second part is that whether the segment in super luxury will see a sharper decline than the overall industry. Yes, my estimation says that yes, in short term, the segment may witness that decline, which is more sharper than the mass volume industry, because in mass volume industry we may also see some buying which may be driven by health and safety reasons. Like for example, in this short term, you may see that people are preferring to buy a personal mode of transportation to avoid traveling in public mode of transportation, and this may help some demand in the market, though it may not be enough to offset the decline which overall auto segment will see in the coming months. But in super luxury, we will see that the decline may be sharper during this year. But as I said, the dreams and aspirations will remain, and once things turn back to normal, we will see the segment emerging much stronger in coming months than the overall industry.
Right. But- So a lot of car manufacturers in the luxury segment as well are now coming up with schemes, financial offerings, a lot of ways to sort of ensure that plans to purchase that vehicle, dream or otherwise, is not put off. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but buyers of super luxury vehicles usually don't really depend too much on schemes and offer. I mean, the brand itself, the car itself, how it looks, how it performs is good enough. But in the current situation, is Lamborghini contemplating some sort of scheme, offer, a way of reaching out to prospective buyers to ensure that these plans that may get delayed do not get delayed?
So Lamborghini is, having a very strong position in the Indian market. We are the market leaders in the super luxury segment, and because of the strong value or strong image what we have in the Indian market, we are always carrying a very strong order bank for our products. So, for example, our super SUV Urus is always on waiting for about 8 to 9 months period. Plus, we also had new launches at the beginning of year, which is helped us in these times actually to carry a very good strong order bank for the year. And what we see that in the super luxury segment or in our customer base, we have not yet seen any kind of cancellations or postponement coming from the customers. We are in touch with most of them during these times, and they all are still eagerly waiting for their Lamborghini to arrive in their house, in their garage. And so we don't see that challenge coming in. Yes, there may be a challenge in terms of new order bank which was anticipated earlier, and it may not come into the business as we anticipated. But as I said about that, this purchase is more about dreams and aspirations, and we don't see that it is the time where we can really push ahead with our segment of customers and ask them to go for a purchase of this kind of a car. End of the day, this is about emotions, this is about lifestyle, and in the current scenario, it doesn't give them the right platform where they can enjoy their Lamborghini in the right way. So what we will do is we will wait for the right time, and we are very confident that as things starts turning normal, we will be able to go back to normal, and we will be able to go into the right long term and medium term direction for the business that we planned for Indian market.
Right, right. That just seems like a very honest and practical assessment of the situation at hand, and it's very interesting that you mentioned about the supply side. I mean, that would have been my next question actually. All Lamborghini cars in India are CBU, completely built units, coming in from
Yes.
Italy.
Yeah.
Now, Italy was not in a very good position either, and we, I think, just overtook Italy in the number of cases. Things are
Yeah.
coming back to normal there. But having said all of these things, do you see in the coming times the supply of the coming in of these vehicles to sort of a delay here and there, not just in India but in markets around the world?
Yes, because Italy was one of the market which was very badly hit by the virus, and the situation also forced us to shut down our manufacturing facility in Santa Gata, Bologna, because we had to put the safety and the health of our people on topmost priority. So we now restarted our factory after 7 weeks of closure in April, and slowly and gradually we are ramping up the production, and now we are reaching the 100% capacity at plant. But having said this, yes, there is a delay in terms of meeting the timelines what we discussed with our customers at the time of accepting the order, and we have been constantly in touch with all of them, and we have now updated them with the new timelines when they can expect their Lamborghini to reach their home, and they can have this as a part of their life. And the fortunate thing is that the customers really appreciate and they really understand the situation. And as I said before, that we have not received any kind of cancellation from them, and they all are eagerly waiting, because these are challenging times for everybody, and people have accepted this, that it's beyond anybody's control. And yes, we have to be together in these kind of scenario, in these kind of situations, and that's what we are also getting from our customers, and they are together in this with us, and they really understood and appreciated that what we have to go through in these times also in Italy.
Right, right. We've spoken about cars. We've spoken about customers. We've spoken about what Lamborghini is doing to reach out to them. Let's speak a little bit about dealerships. I know you just mentioned briefly about dealerships opening up, and
Hmm.
that was yesterday. With more and more dealerships opening through the month of May, my next question has two parts. A, uh, why did it take a little longer for Lamborghini to open its dealerships? A, and B, over the last few weeks, several weeks, what are the sort of challenges that you've been hearing from the dealership side? What are the kind of communication or feedback that you received from the dealer network?
Yeah. So, first part, yes, it took us slightly longer to start our dealerships, because a lot of them are in the red zone. All three dealerships, Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore, they were in the red zone. And especially in Delhi, we also had certain challenges with the respect to interstate movement of people. So we were not able to get the team so that we can give the right service to our customers. And it took some time for us to start our business both in workshops as well as in showrooms. The second important part was, while we were getting ready for restarting the business, we were also very cautious that we need to ensure that our facilities are sanitized. We put the processes in place, and we train our manpower to ensure that we can take care of them when they are inside the facilities, and also prospects, visitors who are visiting our facilities across India. And how do we also ensure the sanitization of the cars which are going to come into the dealerships, also the test drive cars, also the cars which are coming in workshop. So we wanted to be 100% sure about the processes. We have trained now our people. We are following a standard Lamborghini guidelines to ensure that we keep health and safety of our people as well as visitors on topmost priority. And that took us some time to start the things back to normal. Second part, yes, these are challenging times for the dealership network. Because the cost, as you know, in automobile business is quite high to run the business, and these times we were struggling with the revenues coming in because everything has changed. And also for the coming months, we have a challenge that the plans may not be meeting the desired numbers for this year as we planned at the beginning of the year. But I think we all understand, and our partners are also understand that Lamborghini or super luxury business is not about today. It's a long-term business, and they have a very long-term understanding and view of the overall picture. So current scenario has created short-term disruptions. We have taken every measure at Lamborghini to see that how we can support our network during these times, especially in terms of liquidity, in terms of cash flows, so that they can manage their business during these times. But we all, including our dealer partners, they are very, very positive about coming months and coming times. And we see that we will be soon out of this challenge, and we will emerge as much stronger than before.
Right, right. Sure. My next question is actually my favorite question. I really don't know if you can probably say the same, but how much of the current situation and what's happened over the last several weeks, how much of it can potentially have an impact on product plans of manufacturers? And this question can be answered specifically for Lamborghini, but overall for the industry as well. I know product planning is a very long-term strategy,
Yes. Yeah.
but would you say that this does still have the potential to actually make a lot of OEMs rethink their plans?
See, you rightly said that product planning is a very long-term strategic planning, and this really does not get impacted with the in with a situation like what we are facing today. So, in terms of our long-term product plans, they remain intact, and we only see that we have some changes in terms of the products that we were planning to launch in 2020, and second is the way we were planning to launch them in 2020. Like for example, on 7th of May, on our anniversary, we launched the new model of Huracan Evo, the Huracan Evo RWD Spider. While initially this was planned to be launched on ground the way we do our launches, but this time, because of the current scenario, we took a very innovative way, and we launched the car virtually by using the augmented reality technology from Apple. And we could bring the Huracan Evo RWD Spider in our customers and in our prospects' houses, so they could touch, feel, and see the car in their home environment or wherever they wanted to see close to them. So we used an innovative way, continuing with our philosophy, our values of future shapers, and we used the technology to launch the car so that we can still give same experience, or very unique experience to our customers and prospects across the globe. So there are changes in terms of the launch plan, in terms of timelines. Some of the launch timelines are moving slightly forward to align with the current scenario, and we are actually using new ways to actually launch them, because we know that in the current scenario we may not be able to launch them the way we used to do it earlier. So we are going to use technology in a more innovative way to ensure that we can connect with our customers and prospects for these new launches.
Right, right. It's interesting you mentioned that virtual launch because I was part of it, and it was quite an experience, let me tell you. And although it's not the same as actually seeing the car in flesh, but I would still experience it than not experience it at all. But
Yeah.
again, very interesting. You mentioned technology and use of it, and uh, this whole phenomena of now bringing everything to technology, virtual launches, car buying online. You use your phone, click and purchase. Now, how does all of this transcend to the business of super luxury vehicles? I mean, how does it work? How did it work before, and how does it work now? I mean, do you expect customers to just log online, see the specifications, look at how the car looks, and even use AI and convince themselves that yes, this is what they like and this is what they want to buy? Or is at Lamborghini somebody who wants to buy a Lamborghini always wanted to buy a Lamborghini and may not really adapt to online sales channels, so to speak?
So I will say that Lamborghini is about emotions. It's about touch and feel. It's about the driving dynamics. It's about feeling that rush when you drive the car, when the sound of the exhaust, what you can feel. So we cannot take away the physical touch and feel away from the business, away from our customers. Yes, in the current times we may not be able to give them these experiences because of the challenge what we have in terms of COVID, and we need to ensure that safety and health is considered on topmost priority. But I believe that as we start seeing things turning back to normal, we would like to go back to these experiences. We would like to organize the experiences where customers can enjoy their Lamborghini in different environment. Like for example, the Lamborghini Experienza programs, where we invite our customers and prospects to experience the Lamborghini on a racetrack environment with our race drivers, or experiences like Lamborghini Giro, where we organize the long drives for our customers, where they can enjoy as a Lamborghini owners community the drive experience of their Lamborghini on some of the finest Indian roads what we have, like what we did last year, a long drive from Bangalore to Coimbatore to Ooty. We drove almost 600 kilometers in 3 days. So the touch, feel, and the experience is very integral part of super luxury and also for Lamborghini. And we believe that the moment we start seeing things turning back to normal, our customers and us also as a brand would like to bring back those experiences back to them. And this digital intervention is in the current times because of the limitations what we offer. Yes, these digital things are offering us new learnings, and we will see that how we can adapt or accept these new learnings in our way of working in time to come to be more efficient or to be more productive. But I think the core of the business will still remain around emotions, the feel, and the touch of the product.
But so overall, you think it's the need of the hour, but maybe going the long run, it's the physical aspect of buying a Lamborghini.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Which brings me to, I think, what would be my final question. You, in one of your previous interviews, you had said that you expect India to be among the top 10 markets for Lamborghini in the world. Uh, is that prediction or forecast, does that still hold true?
Definitely. So, as I said before, that the super luxury segment in India is still very small and still in its infancy, I will say. We, as a brand, we are very strong in this market. We are the leaders, and what we believe that India has definitely a long-term growth potential. This market has to evolve, and this will definitely give us an opportunity, given the strength what we enjoy today, to be emerging as one of the top 10 markets for Lamborghini in medium term time. So we still maintain that yes, the current situation is challenging, but we believe that the impact is not medium term or long term. It is a short term disruption what we will see. Long term, yes, we are very very positive and optimistic about our business in India.
All right, that sounds fantastic, Sharad. Thank you for giving us an insight into Lamborghini India and about the super luxury car segment as well. Short term is a bit of a problem, definitely,
Yeah.
but as you said, medium term and long term is plans are intact. And India can potentially definitely grow into a very important market for Lamborghini. Sharad, thank
It
you
is
once
an
again.
important market and it will remain as a strategic market.
Absolutely. Sharad, thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking to us. And thank you to everybody who's watched this live session. Stay tuned for more such live sessions.
Thank you, Shubhadev, and thank you all the viewers. Have a nice day ahead and stay safe, and please follow all the guidelines. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.